Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Monday. It is the first Monday of May, by the way. It's May 3rd. National Sand Architect Day today. National Lumpy Rug Day today. I would say get that lumpy rug and, beat it so it ain't so lumpy.
Beat that rug.
Apparently. National Garden Meditation Day. National Specially Able Pets Day. National Two Different Color Shoes Day. You ever do that? I know you did. I was there.
They were the same color.
Oh, okay. One was high heel, one was flat. It was pretty funny. National Paranormal Day. There we go. That's more like it. National Chocolate Custard Day. National Raspberry Popover Day. National Textiles Day. National Montana Day. And Melanoma Monday. All of those things happening on this Monday. And I've got a guest because it's also a movie star Monday. And my guest today is Dedee Pfeiffer. By the way, that is Michelle Pfeiffer's sister, but
yes,
she is in a ton of her own stuff as well. Falling Down is a movie she's in. I love that movie.
Love that movie.
We were just talking about that again the other day. Super excited to chat with Dedee Pfeiffer coming up in just a bit on this Movie Star Monday.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A survey found that 4 in 10 Americans believe that humans and dinosaurs lived at the same time. I don't know what to believe about that, because I've been told they don't. But then there were some dinosaur tracks and human tracks that were in the same thing.
And there are some passages in the Bible that indicate there were.
Is it? See, I don't know. I guess I've not really looked into it. Because you know what? It does not affect me.
I mean, they weren't called dinosaurs in the Bible, but they were kind of described, and it sounds like that's what they were.
Americans spend an average of 18 full days in their car every year, so it's not a big surprise that 64% of us consider our car a friend. Over a third of Americans would rather themselves get a scratch than their car, while another 15% would rather break a bone in their body than have their car break down. Yikes. 1 in 5, about 21%, it actually says, would rather spend an entire day in jail than have their car get totaled.
What?
A wild 13% of Americans would actually break up with their partner before parting with their car.
Wow, that is ridiculous.
44%, by the way, have named their car. So I'm not going to ask you on any of those because I don't know if I want to know. She and I are married, so...
I certainly would not pick my car over any person ever.
There you go. That's
ridiculous.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Of all the things that a TSA officer could find at a security checkpoint, this might have been one of the most interesting things. Last month at the William P. Hobby Airport in Houston, Texas, people at the TSA office saw an interesting burrito go through the scanner. They decided, let's look at that again. There was a giant lump in the middle of the burrito, which seemed a little unusual to them. And it was a little unusual. It was crystal meth. Due to the unusual nature and size of the lump, they decided, let's take a look at this one more time. They ripped the wrapper open and noticed something dark and unusual in the middle of the burrito. Foods don't typically look that way as they're running them through a scanner, so that's why they said, yeah, we're gonna confiscate this.
A for effort.
Yeah, this guy got himself arrested. It's a bad idea. You don't want to do that. If you do, you get arrested, because that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. A little over a week ago, they had the Oscars, and movie buffs are still reveling that Anthony Hopkins took home the best Oscar for his portrayal of a man with dementia in the movie The Father. We've not seen that yet.
I have not.
Reports say, he was not there, by the way, to accept his Oscar, but reports say at the time he was home in bed sleeping during the entire show. So he missed it completely, which I think is kind of cool. It's like, oh, I want an Oscar? That's great. Just, can you mail that to me? Okay. Tyler Perry went viral last week, by the way, for saying the Oscars, at the Oscars, that
I saw this
he
and I
would not
loved it.
hate someone just because they're a police officer. I think that's a great thing to say.
Yep, absolutely.
You shouldn't hate somebody for any reason. So
No, you
I think
shouldn't.
that's really cool. And again, that was a week ago, and a lot of great stuff been posted all week long about that. So that's very, very neat. That has been Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of RadioSavings.com. Lululemon. You know who that is? Have you heard of them? Lululemon?
It's like their leggings, right?
Well, they're experimenting now. I think they get a lot of different things, but they're experimenting with rebuying and selling used workout clothing. So in addition to the other things that they already have, they're looking at maybe doing that. I've got a link if you want to read all the details. I don't know what all the ins and outs are. I don't know. So which word or phrase are you tired of hearing the most, Heidi?
Oh
How
my
about
gosh.
in these
Social distancing.
That's probably one. I don't see it on this list, but I'll bet that is. In these trying times,
Yeah,
in these uncertain times.
So irritating.
Anything paired with the word hack. So life hack, kitchen hack,
Yeah.
body hack, yakety yak, hack. I don't know. And there are people who have it harder than you. These were the top 3 things that people are saying, I'm done hearing these things. So we're going to quit saying those things. Because, you know, I think we have a really good life hack here that we're going to have to. I was trying to think of how I could use one of those things. I failed. Maine legislature considering a proposal to legalize Viking-style funerals.
Really?
It's where you would put them on a raft, light it on fire, and push them out to sea.
Actually, I think I saw this online.
I didn't know it was illegal, but apparently it has been. So I don't know what happens there.
I'm sure it is illegal.
Yeah.
If you aren't even supposed to scatter just ashes, I'm pretty sure you can't light a boat on fire.
Probably not. U.S. immigration authorities have deported a man to his home country of Indonesia after he scammed wealthy wine collectors out of millions of dollars by selling counterfeit wines. How would you know if it's a counterfeit wine? I guess somebody knew and they found out. A guy in the Ukraine was fined after he was caught on video hanging underwear from the mirrors of vehicles in parking lots. So he was bored and just decided, I'm going to go do this.
Okay.
So it's just a bizarre thing to do. Even if you're bored, that's just a really bizarre thing.
That is bizarre. That's very odd.
Thanks for listening to your Scoop of the Day, brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
It's another Movie Star Monday, and our guest today is Dedee Pfeiffer. And yes, she is Michelle Pfeiffer's sister, but she's been in a ton of movies and TV shows on her own as well. Seinfeld and Friends, and one of my favorite movies, Falling Down. And now she's got a new TV show that she's in. It is called Big Sky. Dedee, tell us about it.
Well, Big Sky is a wild ride. Buckle up. It's a show that you never know what's going to happen. Cliffhangers like crazy. And I think the best way to describe Big Sky is to watch the pilot, because it's a thriller from C.J. Bach's book called The Highway, and then the second chunk of the season is Bitter Roots, his other book.
And Big Sky has been quite popular on ABC TV, and if you've not seen it, you can always binge watch it as well on abc.com.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say what happens because it's a huge cliffhanger, and it's shocking. So let's just say this. You don't see it coming. When I read the script, I didn't see it coming. So that's one of the reasons why I think we're doing so well. When people saw the pilot, they went, what? Oh, I got to watch more of this. Are you kidding me? You just did that? So we set up a show that's dangerous, emotionally charged, and you never know who's going to die. And you certainly don't know how they're going to die.
And I think one of the reasons it's doing so well is because a lot of the stuff that happens in this is stuff that could actually kind of happen in real life. So kind of keeps people on their toes, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what makes it really creepy. And the actors on the show are fantastic. They're very real. It's a very real show. That's why we're in Canada, in the mountain, kind of like all over, shooting to make it look like Montana. All of the characters are just like really seasoned, talented, textured characters and actors. So there is an authentic realness. I think that's the reason why David really loves T.J. Box's works. In all of his books, the characters are really rich. They're very real. They're very textured, like people are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, Big Sky is your latest project, but you've been involved in a bunch of stuff. I'm scrolling through here, and there's a bunch of amazing projects, but you took a little break, and you went to UCLA and got a master's degree. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, what I actually did is I went to community college first to get my AA and my bachelor's of psych, and then through the community college process and system, which, by the way, was amazing. I loved community college. The best professors ever there. They helped me along my academic journey so much. I could never have done it without them. No way I could have got to UCLA without them. And then got my master's of social work. And so that's what I was doing for 10 years with 2 kids in tow. And it was in college that I discovered that I actually wasn't stupid, as I was told in school growing up, that I had learning disabilities. So once those were discovered and accommodated for, I started getting A's, and learning wasn't so painful anymore. It was kind of interesting. Lots I did in the 10 years. I also got sober. I'm a recovering alcoholic, 3 years sober. I did that in the 10 years, too.
Well, congratulations on that as well. I am very, very happy to hear that for you.
Thank you.
Again, our guest today is Dedee Pfeiffer, and she's got a new project called Big Sky, which we've been talking quite a bit about. But I want to circle back because you've been in so many amazing projects. But one of them is called Falling Down with Michael Douglas. And I was literally just talking about Falling Down like a week ago. I was watching another movie, and it kind of reminded me of that. And you know you've done a good job when your movie becomes the benchmark that other movies are compared to. So I think that's probably a really good thing.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Falling Down... Boy, Michael Douglas, well, actually everybody. But I think personally, not because I was in it, but I think that was probably Michael Douglas was one of his better performances, but because we filmed it literally. We were supposed to film it the day before the riots broke out. We were supposed to be downtown, and we canceled because of the riots. So we shot the film that actually was very much about the riots.
Yeah.
The film came out, I think we're still a little too raw, to really embrace the film.
Now let's get back to Big Sky. A new season just started on ABC TV, and if people maybe haven't had a chance to watch it and they want to binge it and get all caught up, where can they go to find it online?
Because I'm electronically challenged, I was told Hulu.
Oh, there we go.
And you can get on Hulu, or you can go to abc.com and then go to Big Sky, and they'll tell you exactly how to find it in your area, in what you have and what you don't have. All this is very confusing to me, with all this new stuff. I don't know what binging really means other than food.
Well, I'm pretty good at both of them, sadly. So.
Yeah.
Well, Dedee, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it a bunch.
Thank you, John. Have a beautiful day.
I absolutely will. Again, our guest today has been Dedee Pfeiffer. You can find Big Sky on ABC TV. I'm going to throw a link to all of the information to make it easy to find online at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There's a decorated war hero dog. While in the trenches of World War I, the U.S. Infantry Division found themselves unable to communicate with each other because of shell fire, and it had damaged some telephone wires. A young private came up with a unique solution. Rags, a mixed breed terrier whom the soldiers had adopted in Paris, would carry the message from one division to the next, tucked into his collar. He saved many lives, Little Rags did, and when he passed away in Maryland at the age of 20, he was buried with military honors.
How great is that?
That is really cool. I like that. Have you ever heard that story before?
I think I have,
I think I might have read it, actually. I think this story might have been right here one other time.
Yep,
because
I think I have.
Halfway through, it seemed very, very familiar to me. This is today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline, England. The world's first floating sky pool is expected to open in London next month. And I think it's actually...
Like for on an airplane?
This coming month. No, it's 115 feet above the ground, a completely clear structure that is going between two different buildings. It connects two buildings, two apartment buildings, and this floating sky pool is a swimming pool. It's just like a glass see-through structure, 115 feet above the ground.
Why?
Because they can. I don't know if I would want to swim in that. That just seems... really
it would
scary
be pretty cool, but
it would be, as long as it doesn't break. If it does, not good.
I'm not going to be one of the testers, but
it was a bad idea, I think. But you know what? I hope it works, because if it doesn't, that would be really bad. This is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man tested the patience of an officer and sheriff deputies in a bizarre standoff. This happened near Austin, Texas, around 11 p.m. A man locked himself in a car with what police say might have been a domestic dispute. Anyway, they surrounded the cars. The man yelled at them. After driving a short distance, police say the man crashed into a ditch. He still refused to get out of the car. Then he was revving the engine so much so officers say the car caught on fire. He eventually did get out of the car and started to walk away. That is when he was caught by a canine officer. Clear from the video, the dog bit the man several times before officers detained him. He was treated for injuries described as non-life-threatening, taken to jail. So far, police have not identified the man.
Yet another story about a brave
dog.
Canine.
There you go. But a bizarre story. Why in the world would you do that? What do you think is going to... And you're stuck there. You're not going anywhere. So you're just going to rev the engine until you start the car on fire? Should have been today's moment of duh, but that one's even better. It's coming up. This is today's Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, and it's a doozy, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. Really sad to hear this. 2 Washington, D.C. police cars were totaled. How? A couple officers decided to drag race each other.
Oh, boy.
5 p.m. It says here that according to sources, there was an email.
At 5 p.m.?
Yeah. It says, what does this say to all the members of MPD who are passionate about their job and work hard every day to make a difference? This is not fair to any of us. The email goes on to say they didn't really get all of the details. Anyway, this email went out talking about officers who were involved. They're both new to the department, but they started racing each other. They were going about 60 miles per hour, and they say they're holding command staff responsible to have discussions.
Okay, so now 60 miles per hour, that's not...
Have discussions about speeding and driving recklessly with officers.
Unless it was in a 15-mile-an-hour zone, that's not that impressive.
I'm pretty sure it was probably on like a side street, because otherwise... I don't know. It just seems like a bad plan. Don't do that. It's today's moment of duh, brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
All right. I hope you get this one right. Let's see if we get it. The Dunes, East Hampton, New York. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? The Dunes.
That's a golf course.
No, it's not.
No?
It is a rehab center.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of a famous one, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. This is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And I think this is just a really neat story. A man surprises twins with every item on their Christmas list after a balloon traveled 600 miles and landed basically on his lap. In December, 4-year-old twins from Kansas released some balloons with their Christmas wish lists to go to Santa. And a man in Louisiana found one of these balloons and honored the wishes of these girls. It is really, really cool. Their mother told Good Morning America that she had no expectations that anybody would respond to the balloons. But when one of the balloons was discovered in Louisiana, a man by the name of Alvin took to social media to find out more. He said, found this in the woods, would love to know when it was launched. Looks like it traveled over 600 miles. Feel free to share on Facebook, he wrote. It says, I opened it. It was a Christmas list. I had to do something for them. After hundreds of shares by family, friends, and strangers, it found its way to Mama of the girls. The family was found through many shares, thanks to all who helped. We've heard from the mom, and we are going to work with her to find out the best way to grant her daughter's wishes. Stay tuned, Bamberg wrote. Bamberg is the guy that found the balloon. Anyway, there's a video here of the girls getting this stuff that was on their list, with the exception of the puppy. Everything else was shipped directly to the household. He didn't stop there. He and his wife bought a puppy for the twins, and they drove hours from Louisiana to Kansas to drop off the dog.
Wow.
How cool is that? I think that is really, really cool. It's just a really touching story. I love that. I've got a link to it in the show notes.
Was the family, struggling financially? Is that why they... I don't know either. That's
But
just
I think it's really cool. There's a video here of these girls holding the balloon, holding a puppy, and the little note that they had written. I think it's just cool. I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
I'm totally sending out some balloons.
Yeah, Heidi's, she's working on, you have to put helium in those balloons, baby. This one's not going anywhere. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.